Hi everybody, welcome back to another CYT-Crypto episode. My name's Stephen Aitchison and today we're going to be talking about impermanent loss. So in my group, CYT-Crypto Gems group, a lot of people are into Planet Finance. I recommended it a couple of weeks ago, or last week, and a lot of people got into it, $850. And a lot of people are asking about impermanent loss and asking what it is. So I want to do a quick video to explain exactly what it is. We'll do other videos talking about liquidity pools and yields, etc. But this is specifically talking about impermanent loss. So this is Planet Finance, and I've got a couple of planets. I've got Blue Planet, Red Planet, Uranus, and I've got Green Planet coming out. Spoke about that before. Look at the other videos in the training series as well. And we will reload this again. We'll refresh it. Current price of Aqua is $1,691. Market cap's 135 million and value locked is 374 million. So when you go on to the Planet Finance website, or the Blue Planet or the Red Planet, you'll see these strange kind of looking things saying yields, yield APY, and it tells you a figure. It's got Aqua BNB is 9,130% yield, or they've got the Aqua token if you're just staking it, essentially. You've got a yield of 241, which $1,000 in, you'll get 2,410 back. That's essentially what that means. But it fluctuates, it's up and down. And this figure is so high because this figure here in the bottom corner, the $1,691 price of Aqua, has shot up recently. Now, only a few weeks ago, we were talking Aqua token was $200. I seen it, discovered it when it was $850. So I got in at that price, but it's doubled since then, and it could double and treble from here as well. So this is why this figure is so high. So how do they get these yields? Basically, what you're doing is you're providing liquidity for this pool. It's called a pool, or it's called a farm. Essentially, you're kind of farming this, and you're putting in the same amount of Aqua token as you are with BNB token, say $500 each, and you're providing liquidity. What is liquidity? Liquidity is when, if you go to buy a token on Uniswap or PancakeSwap, for example, and you get a really high impact price, it means there's not enough liquidity. And we'll just go over and we'll show you a couple of tokens on DEX tools. So we'll go over to DEX tools just now and we'll find a new coin that's not got much liquidity, and I'll show you the impact that that's going to have. So we'll go for Lesser just now. So that's Love Solar, whatever that is. I don't know. And you can see that's just came out and it's going up in price. People are buying it just now. But you can see here total liquidity is 18,615. So we're going to copy that. We're going to go to PancakeSwap. So if I had plenty of money and I wanted to buy $4,000 worth-ish of Lesser, you can see I can do that quite easily. But the impact price is 19.72%. 19.72%. That means if you want to buy $4,000 worth, you're only going to get about $3,200 worth, because the impact price is 19.71% just now. That's because there's no liquidity there. So liquidity is only $18,000. That's all that's in that liquidity pool. So the more liquidity there is, the price impact is going to be much lower. So let's say I wanted to buy 10 BNB worth of Ethereum. What is the impact price there? Less than 0.01%. What if I want to buy 100 BNB, which is $40,000? 0.05%. What if I want to buy $400,000 worth of Ethereum with BNB? 0.5%. That's because loads of people are providing liquidity for this particular pair, BNB and Ethereum. So there's loads of people providing that, and that's why sometimes you get a price when you buy it on PancakeSwap or Uniswap, for example. You'll see the impact price is way too high, plus you get charged the gas fees. On Binance, the gas fees are much, much better, obviously, on BSC. So, but you still have to be aware of this impact price. That is essentially what you're doing when you're providing liquidity. You're providing somewhere to buy and sell the tokens. So on this Aqua BNB, this is so high because there's a lot of people providing liquidity, and the Aqua price is very, very high just now. So when you provide liquidity, basically you're putting 50% into Aqua and 50% into BNB. So if you've got $1,000 worth, you will put $500 worth into Aqua, $500 into BNB and provide liquidity. And the benefit to you is gas fees. You'll get a percentage of the gas fees. So every time somebody buys and sells Aqua, BNB, you'll get a percentage of the gas fees. And that number will depend on how many people are providing liquidity. The less people providing liquidity, the higher this number probably, and you'll get much more. So it depends on the Aqua price as well though. So you have to be careful of that. So the more this goes up, the more the yield is going to go up because you're getting paid in Aqua tokens. And this is a dollar value, the 9,130%, and you're going to get paid in Aqua tokens. So the more the price goes up, the more this looks as if it's going up as well, but you're still getting paid the same amount of Aqua tokens as well. So let's do an example. This might be all melting your brain, so let's do an example. So imagine token A is the Aqua price, or is the Aqua token, and say Aqua token is $500, and it was only a couple of weeks ago. So $500 for token A, which is the Aqua token, and say you want to do Aqua BNB. So say BNB price is $500 as well. We'll make it nice and easy, $1,000 that you're putting in, 500 into Aqua, which will buy you one Aqua token, $500 into BNB, which will buy you one BNB token. Nice and easy. But imagine 2 weeks later and you see the price of Aqua is $1,700, which it is today, but the price of BNB still stays the same, 500. The impermanent loss for that is 16.19%. So that doesn't take into account the fees or anything like that. But essentially, you're losing 16% because you provided liquidity. And that is essentially what impermanent loss is. It's a difference between what you make in liquidity and what you would have made had you held the two tokens, Aqua and BNB. So in this case, you're losing 16.19%. So if you held Aqua token and you held Binance token, the value would have been 2,200 for that 1,000 because Aqua token's gone up to 1,700 and Binance coin has just stayed at 500. That's 2,200 had you held. But because you put it into liquidity and you've been providing liquidity because of impermanent loss, that value is $1,843. So there's a difference there of $357. So you've essentially lost $357, which is a 16.19%. So you have to be careful when you're providing liquidity. But there are benefits to that as well. If this goes up at the same kind of rate, you're going to benefit massively. So say you buy the token at 500, Aqua token at 500, you buy BNB token at 500, and Aqua token goes up to 1,700, and Binance coin goes up to $1,200. Had you held, it would have been $2,900. And for providing liquidity, 2,856, plus you'll get a percentage of the gas fees in Aqua tokens. So let's give an extreme example here. Imagine there was a coin, a meme coin that had just come out onto, and I think I'm going to give you an example here actually. So yeah, this came out this morning from PancakeSwap. RPG BUSD liquidity pool, or the farming, or the farm, was offering 591,000% APY. Sorry, APR, which is over 1,000,000% APY for providing liquidity for RPG and BUSD. Now you're providing liquidity, again you're putting 500. So imagine you're providing liquidity for RPG and BUSD. RPG, say, is $1 just now. And BUSD is $1 as well. $500 in each of each side, so you've got $1,000 in total. But imagine that RPG just goes to zero, or just goes to 1 cent. So 0.01 in the future, and this is 1. Impermanent loss for that is 80%. Had you held it, you would have had $505. But for putting it into a liquidity pool, you would only have $100. So what happens is they're going to sell the BUSD to buy more of this token at 1 cent as the price goes down. So that's no good because the price is going down all the time. But to balance and even out the liquidity pool for you, they have to buy this token in order to try and balance it out. So what you would have is 5,000 of these tokens and $50 worth of BUSD instead of $500 worth. So they've sold all your BSD to get this meme coin. I'm not saying that's what RPG is going to do, but that's essentially what could happen. And that's why you see these fantastical 1,000,000% APRs or APYs or whatever. And you see some of that. But with Planet Finance, you've got Aqua BNB is 9,130%. That's 1.25% per day, which is amazing. So, and that's much more stable. Much more stable than a meme coin. You know Aqua, you know BNB. Aqua's going up in value just now, quite quickly. But that's probably going to stabilise quite soon. I would imagine it might go to $3,000 up to $5,000, probably stabilise, and then Aqua BNB liquidity pool would be quite good because they're going to go up in value, hopefully at the same rate. But you're going to get less APY because this price has stabilised as well. So that's what impermanent loss is. So when you're going into a liquidity pool, just be careful, and that's why people jump in and out of liquidity pools. They'll jump into this pool for 2 weeks, then they'll jump into a new pool for 2 weeks. Very risky, obviously, you have to be careful. But if you've got somewhere like Planet Finance to do this on, it's going to be much more stable and it's going to be much more secure than kind of some of the smaller ones. As I said, we've got total value locked in here of 374 million. So it is well established. It's been out since the beginning of May. More and more people are finding out about it. And this is why it's good. And this is why so many people are getting into Planet Finance as well. So have a look at Planet Finance. That is essentially what impermanent loss is. Hope you understood that a wee bit better. If you've got any questions, let me know and I can do other videos as well. Okay, until next video. Namaste. Take care. Bye now.